Harper Perennial and HarperAudio present Tracks, a novel by Louise Erdrich, performed by Anna Fields.
Chapter 1. Winter, 1912. Manitogizi-san's Little Spirit Son. Nanapush. We started dying before the snow, and like the snow, we continued to fall. It was surprising there were so many of us left to die. For those who survived the spotted sickness from the south, our long fight west to Naduisu land, where we signed the treaty, and then a wind from the east, bringing exile in a storm of government papers, what descended from the north in 1912 seemed impossible. By then we thought disaster must surely have spent its force. The disease must have claimed all of the Anishinaabe that the earth could hold and bury. But the earth is limitless, and so is luck, and so were our people once. Granddaughter, you are the child of the invisible, the ones who disappeared when, along with the first bitter punishments of early winter, a new sickness swept down. The consumption, it was called, by young Father Damien, who came in that year to replace the priest who succumbed to the same devastation as his flock. This disease was different from the pox and fever, for it came on slow. The outcome, however, was just as certain. Whole families of your relatives lay ill and helpless in its breath. On the reservation where we were forced close together, the clans dwindled. Our tribe unraveled like a coarse rope, frayed at either end as the old and new among us were taken. My own family was wiped out one by one, leaving only Nanapush. And after, although I had lived no more than 50 winters, I was considered an old man. I'd seen enough to be one. In the years I'd passed, I saw more change than in 100 upon 100 before. My girl, I saw the passing of times you will never know. I guided the last buffalo hunt. I saw the last bear shot. I trapped the last beaver with a pelt of more than 2 years' growth. I spoke aloud the words of the government treaty and refused to sign the settlement papers that would take away our woods and lake. I axed the last birch that was older than I, and I saved the last pillager. Fleur, the one you will not call mother. We found her on a cold afternoon in late winter, out in your family's cabin near Manchimanito Lake, where my companion Edgar Puckwan of the tribal police was afraid to go. The water there was surrounded by the highest oaks, by woods inhabited by ghosts and roamed by pillagers who knew the secret ways to cure or kill until their art deserted them. Dragging our sled into the clearing, we saw 2 things: the smokeless tin chimney spout jutting from the roof, and the empty hole in the door where the string was drawn inside. Puckwan did not want to enter, fearing the unburied pillager spirits might seize him by the throat and turn him windigo, so I was the one who broke the thin scraped hide that made a window. I was the one who lowered himself into the stinking silence, onto the floor. I was also the one to find the old man and woman, your grandparents, the little brother and 2 sisters, stone cold and wrapped in gray horse blankets, their faces turned to the west. Afraid as I was, stilled by their quiet forms, I touched each bundle in the gloom of the cabin and wished each spirit a good journey on the 4-day road, the old-time road, so well trampled by our people this deadly season. Then something in the corner knocked. I flung the door wide. It was the eldest daughter, Fleur, about 17 years old then. She was so feverish that she'd thrown off her covers, and now she huddled against the cold wood range, staring and shaking. She was wild as a filthy wolf, a big bony girl whose sudden bursts of strength and snarling cries terrified the listening Puckwan. So again I was the one who struggled to lash her to the sacks of supplies and to the boards of the sled. I wrapped more blankets over her and tied them down as well. Puckwan kept us back, convinced he should carry out the agency's instructions to the letter. He carefully nailed up the official quarantine sign, and then without removing the bodies he tried to burn down the house. But though he threw kerosene repeatedly against the logs,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?